Hey, what's up, anybody that showed back up for the most hyped game of the week, most likely. That is the first versus second place team. I have Italian Stallion coming right back with me after almost leaving me all alone, which solo casting would have gone well. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? Stallion
Yes.
here.
We're
Hey,
gonna
I
do this
wouldn't
whole
leave you
thing.
alone.
I appreciate it. It's gonna be a way easier event to go ahead and go about. So, do you know anything about these two teams that you wanted to bring up? Because I know a lot about Aegis Horns. I've been against them probably 7 times now, I think.
Rawr was at the top of the leaderboard for like 2 to 3 weeks, so they're looking to get their top spot back. So we'll see what they do here and see if
Gotcha,
they can
gotcha.
get back up.
You got any insight on how they draft? I just don't know anything much about them,
Uh,
unfortunately.
Not really. Let me pull up their rosters and see what they pick here.
Oh, cool. While you do that, I'll go ahead and give my synopsis on Aegis Orange after playing them so much. So, what I've basically figured out, and they have Maple Cat playing, which he or she has filled in a lot for the mid lane, but both mid laners seem to be Nivea players really heavily. But they have not Jackie Love, who seems to be one of the most praised ADCs in the league, or memed at. I'm not really sure which one it is. Jeremy is a very dynamic jungler that will pretty much always try to get some type of counter ban on you. You can play a whole lot of champions really well, and definitely get some good ganks off. Child Hater tends to play, from what I've noticed, more of the tanky, simple to navigate champions that want or Vayne banned. I know they banned Vayne a whole lot for him. But I've also seen him pull out some Graves, but I don't really know if Maple Cat was the one that played that mid. So there goes the Mundo, which is definitely a target towards Child Hater. He really has a um, strong performance on that champion a lot. Definitely beat me in a game with it. So we'll
No,
see.
not you.
Oh, not me. Yeah, definitely me. And there goes Anivia, which is Maple Cat's favorite champion. Graves ban actually coming out from Aegis Orange, which is surprising. I've seen them run that mid, top, and jungle, so they just took it out. Wonder if
Yeah, Rawr likes to play mid Graves as well, so that's probably why they took it out.
gotcha. And there's a MF ban, which is pretty surprising because I think MF is relatively strong, but she hasn't been around too much. And there goes a Fiddlesticks ban, which is another one that kind of coming out from the left field. I assume Casino must be jamming these champions a lot.
Yeah, he's got a 92% win rate with 13 games with it. So I mean, it's 13 games, but it's also a 92% win rate. So who knows?
Gotcha. Yeah, so he's pretty successful on that. And there's goes a Jack pick. We have to keep in mind that these are not necessarily the order of which they were taken. Um, Looks like we are hovering some for fun champions. I can't imagine Cat or Garen. Oh, we actually are playing Garen into
Oh
the.
wow.
I think who I mean, Jax can E, which cancels that. And there's a Kane lockdown. I'm definitely a big fan of seeing Kane get through, and Kane has a really favorable matchup into Jarvan. Not only can you E through Jarvan's ultimate, but Jarvan just has a really hard time dealing with Red Kane. Red Kane will be absolutely phenomenal against Jax as well.
And like you said, this is not exactly how the orders were picked, so it may not look right on in draft sense why you would pick a Jarvan now, but he probably picked Jarvan before the Kane was locked in. You would hope so.
Yeah, it's very possible. They do have a nice little wombo with the J4 and Nico. Jack's probably going to be split pushing most of the game, and I think Jax will definitely outscale the Garen as long as the early game goes well his way. Probably Divine Sunder or Jax. Set
Yeah.
going to get taken out, as well as Camille Volley, so definitely a lot of top lane targets.
The set and the Zat band, Casino likes the supportive junglers a lot, so that's why they oh actually they banned out the Zac, so I'm not sure why they banned out the Zac. Usually
Hey,
Casino really likes the Zac. Yeah, he plays 47 with a 6% win rate, so
I
maybe they
know
just
Jeremy.
focus on the driving.
Yeah, Jeremy definitely, or yeah, Jeremy likes to play a lot of Zac, so that's probably why. And then the jungle is probably still up, which is where they responded with the Kane. And then a Ezreal Yumi gonna throw in. Probably gonna be Gordrick Jarvan with the Yumi on top of him, getting on top of people while Ezreal stays safe. And they locked in a Jin Morgana, which is a notoriously really good lane. Uh, but Ezreal's relatively safe into that as long as he can avoid the Morgana snare and the Jin W. It should be just cool to sit there and farm. but they definitely have a weak side bot side compared to the Jin Morgana, which is going to be able to get a lot of prio and shove them on in. What do you think about these drafts overall, and who do you favor?
Um, I like top side uh for Rawr. I mean, I think the Jax is going to do good against the Garen. Jarvan is a very strong pick right now in the jungle. Um, I know Kane can just eat through him, but he's not really worried about the Kane. He's worried about the rest of the team. I mean, he's got good gank set up for Jax top and Nico with the with her a little bit of lockdown. Ezreal can stay pretty safe, you know, with his E, and Yumi's gonna be on him, so I doubt she's gonna use boots or anything like that. So I'm liking Raw's team comp here.
Yeah, I have a very strong bias. I am a Kane main. I love Kane. So anytime Kane's on the team, I think that team just auto won. And they don't really have a whole lot of counters to the Kane. They have Nico, which is not the best champion to play against in the Kane, especially if you're red Kane, because you can R into somebody when she goes for her R. Ezreal's pretty good in the Kane because you can be pretty evasive in the Kane. But the as far as the top lane matchup, I think it does favor them early because J4 is going to be so much stronger than Kane early, so that can be where they get a lot of stuff. And also, getting the J4 bot lane with the Nico, if they 4-man it, Jin can be a pretty easy kill because he doesn't have a whole lot of ways to get out of the combos that they can set up. Overall, I think I actually like the red side, or yeah, the red sides draft a little bit more. I
Right.
think they just have a lot more that can go right for them. I think.
Yeah, little split decision here. Okay, okay.
The one thing that's
Um,
interesting is the Morgana because the Black Shield it can do a little bit this game, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the most utilized as it can be.
yeah, I mean, I would see if there was like a Thresh or, you know, someone that she could use her Black Shield on a little more. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's more for the Q than the that lockdown, you know, or maybe her ulti rather than the shield, you know.
Yeah, Jin Morgana is definitely a very potent lane and
Yeah.
one of the better ones to pair with Morgana. Um, as far as pathing goes from both junglers, as far as a prediction there of what they might try to do, I think J4 just does a standard red side start, as well as uh, Kane should probably start his. Kane might actually have to start Wolves and look to path top to match the J4 in the pressure and look to counter gank. I think the Garen, if they get the right type of timing against the Jack E, I think Kane Garen can beat that potentially, but I don't see like anything. I don't think Kane's going to accomplish much if he tries to path towards bot lane, but he might just go for a clean full clear, and if he does that, red side would probably be the better start.
Yeah, I think if Kane sets up correctly, then and Jax is not ready for it, I think they can really do some damage topside.
Yeah.
Um, I feel more favor in Garen Kane doing more damage than Jarvan Jax will do to the Garen. So I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think Kane's best bet would actually be just to focus on the full clear. Your
Yes.
clear as Kane is just going to be so much faster than J4's. You could really just stem a free lead just off farming. You don't really need to do a whole lot on Kane. And I think a lot of people's perception of Kane, or they have like this it for form mentality, is just kind of not accurate. Because the later you go in the game without form, the more orbs you get on a gank off hitting somebody. So you get form faster the later the game goes. And ganking early on Kane doesn't necessarily speed up your form that much faster.
Yeah, I've seen in a lot of cases people worry about it too much, and they actually are late on getting their form instead of farming, instead of focusing on what they need to focus on. And then, you know, Jarvan doesn't have to worry about that. Jarvan get six, do damage, you know, so he don't have to worry about that. So
J4 is going no flash. He is going straight ignite, so he's gonna want to be extremely aggressive and making some stuff happen. That's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see him go for that type of route, but he's really committing when he EQs that it's gonna go positively for him. Because if it
and see,
doesn't,
that's the thing that I don't agree with. I mean, your EQ, Flash, OR, there's so much setup that you need. You can R and then flash out and keep them inside your R. There's so much setup that you have
yeah.
with your flash that it's just not there now.
And if you're really good at it, you can EQ in mid mid drag, you can flash onto somebody and cause a knock up that way. He doesn't have that potential to hit that anymore. So
Yes, yeah, I
a
don't
little bit of
agree
an
with
invade. We see this
I
late.
agree with like a Zed or a Talon, maybe running the flash, the ignite
Talon for sure.
smite, but I
Talon
don't
for
agree
sure.
with
He
Jarvan.
hops over too many walls.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but
Yeah, I don't think Talon ever needs flash. Um, I also think Shaco, Hecarim, just two other champions that can not take flash. Really don't think of any other ones.
maybe Rengar, maybe Kha'Zix if they really want to push it. But I think
Yeah.
really, if we want to focus, just focus on Talon mainly.
So it looks like Kane is going to start his Raptor camp, which is not a bad. Might just 3 camp into back into heading bot and then full clearing that way. Definitely be a little bit slower, but wouldn't be too bad. He might look to get an early gank off top and start getting those red orbs, which is what I imagine he's going to aim for. He actually went blue smite instead of red smite, which might be a little bit more of a focus on holding down the Echo, if he, or not the Echo, I'm sorry, the Ezreal if he gets on top of him. And just a little bit of a trade, the immediate E pop, and Garen actually went E first, so he's able to reply to that.
Yeah, and kind of the con you give up when you're a Yumi if the Ezreal is locked down with smite and dies, you don't have flash. You're pretty much dead too if you're caught out in the lane. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 there with the if you use your blue smite correctly.
Yeah, we are seeing Jax having the advantage that we talked might have been going on. Jax E being able to counter Garen's Q and autos definitely takes a whole lot out of the trades for him.
Yeah, he just Garen not respecting that level 2 from the Jax really costed him.
Really nice Ezreal E dodging that binding to get a really efficient trade, and they're actually being able to push in the Morgana Jhin, which is pretty surprising since Morgan can just throw out her pool and Jhin has his Q. You think they'd be able to farm a lot better. So they are getting pushed in and chunked down. Just going to pop those spots to heal back up to full. The wave is pushing for Garen, so he's not in the worst spot. Kane is going for the full clear, so it's not going too bad. A little bit weird, though, because, see, when I play Kane and I do that full clear where I start Raptors specifically, I have to just back after the Krugs, grab a longsword, then run. It takes about the same amount of time, I feel, as walking all the way to Krugs, clearing them, and then walking all the way across the map. So I would have got the back off there personally, but that's just my preference.
Yeah, we're at the 3-minute mark, so Ezreal and Yumi need to decide on what they're going to do here. They don't need to stay pushed in too far because Kane can come bottom side like you were saying that he should do here in a little bit. So let's see what they do.
The problem is, as long as Ezreal holds his E up and doesn't get hit by either of the CC, that they can't really accomplish much with the him just getting out of it, which is why it's such a so I think it's a lane that you want to shove in if you're Morgana Jhin. I think you want to have this dude trying to struggle farming under tower when you throw your abilities at him when he's trying to go for CS. Because they can't really match your wave clear if you're Morgana Jhin. But I'm not a bot laner. I'm a jungler, so what do I know about the game? Looks like they're going to try to get a push off. Ezreal could freeze this as long as he feels comfortable.
He's trying to right now. Let's see if he gets it off.
And unfortunately, I'm a Kane main, Jeremy. I'm gonna do this to you. Jeremy didn't go for the double camp, which really slowed his clear. He could have cleared blue and Gromp at the same time. And J4 is actually picking up Kane's Raptors, or at least, yeah, he started Raptors, so they spawned back up. Kane's gonna get a deep ward, which is really nice to do. Definitely gonna help the team. J4 is definitely out on the map a lot longer, but he can look for a gank top. Definitely possible.
Yeah, Garen did just use his Q. Which gives him movement speed, so...
Yeah, this should be a flash. Oh, no, he's just going to Q out. Sorry, I forget how fast Garen is. I shouldn't not go for this necessarily. If I was Garen, I wouldn't even try to dodge that. Yeah, just run right through it. Yeah, you're good. Big chillin'. Garen could just get back here, I feel. Oh, he already had a back, so he might not be wanting to do that. He's gonna go with this super greedy. Jax did it.
Wasting his flash there. Yeah. I don't understand why he went back in. I understand you're trying to stop the back, but you don't need to get that close to him. Just fake it.
Now that being said, Child Hater, he does play like this. He has big attitude, and he's making it kind of work for him. He's kind of holding J4 hostage now, so it's actually starting to work in his favor. We were a little bit questionable about it, but it forced his flash out, and Jax chose to save his flash as opposed to flash to him and then Q on him.
Yeah, honestly, Kane should go and take oh, he got a shield there.
Looks like they're gonna start
Oh,
dragging,
he
and that's
lives.
gonna be a kill. All that. Oh,
Oh, and he survives.
I'm wrong.
And Kane gets
Child,
and they Red gets Dragon. Wow.
child hater is he's just calculated and so much better of a player than me. I could not get into his mind to see his advanced strategies. Now Kane should know J4 still top, which means he could go for the Raptors. I don't really like going for the Krugs when you're not seeing the enemy bot lane. J4
Yeah,
had
and
oh,
who would have thought that would work out for him? And it did. It worked out real well. They got the Dragon, and he's taking his Raptors. And Jarvan
and he doesn't.
still didn't get his back off. He's still
Garen,
on the map.
yeah, and Garen's not missing a whole lot of farm. He just TP'd right back. So really, really insightful map grow from the Garen. So
Yeah,
this is how I think they should be playing bot lane, just shoving them in and harassing them with spells. So they should be harassing them as they're trying to farm here.
Yeah, I think
They have the ability to do it too. Like they have the vision to definitely harass them a little bit. Maybe they need to get a back off. Looks like they have a lot of gold they're sitting on. But I think that has to be your strategy. If you're just letting the Ezreal free farm for free without any pressure, then they're just kind of winning that. Nice little trade by Garen there. Saved his Q for after the stun. It's definitely how you have to play that. Jack's gonna pop his R, gonna go in on him. Garen's gonna look for trying to get him low enough. That looks like he's gonna hold Q. This is a little bit intense. Just kind of play
kind of awkward back and forth.
Back up.
And Garen gets the first blood with the spin of truth.
Yeah, I think Jax might have canceled an auto there. Maybe he was waiting for his W to come back up, but I think he was one auto away from just getting that successful hit. So that was a good little 1v1 there. That's a big win for Garen. Garen's kind of hiding out. Looks like they have a plan to try to get this J4. J4 does not have flash. As soon as he EQs, okay, Garen
is just big chilling over here.
I expected Garen to go in a little bit faster. Jeremy's going to be forced to flash, but hey, Jeremy at least gets some stacks off, and this is going to cost Garen some farm. Definitely an overstay. If you're not going to go in and help Kane, I don't see why you stayed. And this might be a dive.
They can dive this. This can be a successful dive if they do it correctly.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy, but they definitely clean it up well, and they get the dive and deny Garen. Now this is that top lane swung right back into Jax's favor. Garen's missing a whole lot of farm here, and they're going to collect some plates. Kane got some orbs towards his red form, which I think he wants, but saved him a lot of trouble.
And mid lane just being a CS lane. They're just neck and neck CS and just chilling.
Yeah, it's two champions that play the same way. Really nice Yuumi forcing a flash. Jin just kind of chills there. This is going to be, the healed bonus movement speed saves Morgana from getting hit by that. She for sure would have been dead. Yuumi sees that snare coming on, just going to hop back on her man and be chilling. And we're back to farming. That's what they're basically playing, like, almost the same kit.
Yeah, it looks like Jax might pull away a little bit here in CS. Got a little bit of CS lead, so and he's coming back to lane with a little bit less than what Garen's coming back to lane with, Seth.
Yeah.
And he's got a little more life steal, so let's see how that works out.
I'm really impressed by Rawr's bot lane. They are making this Ezreal Yuumi actually outlane the Jin Morgana, which I didn't predict at all as what would be the case. I mean, it is hard to land your spells onto Ezreal, but as long as you bait out his E, as long as you throw the Morgana pool on top of him, right, he gets the passive for Jin. Jin goes for the W, he E's away, then Morgana after the E throws the Q. They might be able to hit one of them, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. I would just figured they would have shoved the Ezreal in the entire time with their superior wave clear and make it hard for him to farm. But he's chilling on a farm lead with a tier stacking up. So yeah, Jeremy, brother, after this game, I'm interviewing you and asking you why you don't believe in double camping. Because Kane can do that, man. 2 camps, 1 time. Move on with your life. Anyway.
I just feel like the Jin Morgana's not being as combative as they need to be. They're pushing the wave in like they should, but they're not contesting the CS.
Exactly.
So
yeah, they're pushing them in, but they're not making them suffer while they're trying to farm. They're just letting Ezreal chill and stare. You have to throw some spells at him and pressure him while he's trying to get that farm.
Yep. And that might cost them here if they keep letting Ezreal CS like he is.
Well, the one thing I'd like to see is a little bit more aggression out of J4. He does have 1 KP, and it's a relatively low kill game. but I feel like your team needs you to be making time where this Kane is weaker than you. Looks like she's going to hit a successful snare. His E was buffered before the snare lands, so he popped out of there. Yumi's now like flexing on him.
Yeah, here
Kane
I
is
am. Come
making into
hit me.
pushes. They don't have. If they can land like one reliable CC, I think they can get a kill off, but it's going to be
I,
relatively hard. And
I
it's a
just, I,
4-man, but J4 is also here. Yumi does not get hit by that. They go in. There's the Yumi R. Seraphine R coming in. Does hit the Yumi. Yumi's not going to be able to go back into anybody, but no one's able to get on top of her, so she's just going to walk out.
ooh,
J4's
J4 walked way too close.
He has no flash. He can't get out once he's committed. He's committed. He chose that.
Yep. Just a lot of damage coming from the Jhin there.
Really big advantage going to that team from that. In top lane, Jax has finished his Bork, and he has 20 CS up on the Garen, so he should just be winning up there as well.
Yeah, I think Jarvan really doesn't need to help out top anymore. I think Jax can handle that all by himself, being Jax. So he can really take focus on mid and bot lane and these dragons here.
That Ocean is going to slow the Jhin as the Ezreal's going on top of it. They did go for the Drake. It looks like the King does secure it, but Nico going to come down and claim the life of Jhin. Now the Cloud Drake's going to speed them on up, but they're all just going to get out at the same time. Look, it's a Cloud Drake. Remember, I told you, Riot doesn't want people to have fun. They just keep spawning that stupid Drake that no one cares about. Anyway, but the Drake is actually relatively good for actually both teams. Both teams have Rs they definitely care about. Nico R, Yumi R, J4 R, Kane R, Seraphine R, Morgana R to a degree, but that cooldown's low enough. Perma-top POV, please. Well, they're farming, and the tower's low, and Garen might get dove here, J4 decides.
I definitely think they can, but he's focused on a rift here. So I mean, they get rift.
I don't even think it necessarily has to be a dive. With the tower being that low, they could walk up, both auto it 3 times, then look to kill the Garen. So they are going to pick up the Rift Herald and try to walk away. Yeah, that was quite the wave there. They had enough backup I think they had enough wave to just hit the tower, ignore the Garen, and kill him afterward. And J4's going to clear a pink after getting that successful Rift Herald. So hopefully they used to burst that. I hope he gets it off before the plates expire, because he only has a minute to do that. If that's the case, unless he's completing item off this, I would hope he would back to get the reset and then go mid, potentially. He definitely doesn't want to drop it top. There's no real reason. That tower only has 1 plate left, and it's really low, so taking that tower out won't be an issue. He can drop it mid and put that tower at low health.
I'm sure he's going to drop it mid. It frees up the Nico to move around the map a little bit and support, especially the bot lane.
Looks like we're looking for that 2v2. J4's going to go in. He's full committed now. He's going to ult in on the Garen. He's going to flash out. Jack's going to flash, but he doesn't have his E up, it doesn't seem. So the Rift, I don't like this Rift Herald at all. I
don't either. That's a waste. I'm surprised Jarvan didn't ignite the Garen there. I'm sure the ignite was up then. I don't know why he didn't...
Yeah, looks like he just missed it. I don't know if it was in kill range, but a little bit sloppy. They do get the tower, so it is a success for them. Like, it's not like they lost, right? But I just feel like it could have been definitely better. I don't even think they needed the Rift Herald necessarily to be dropped right there.
If it takes damage, it took a little damage off top side, so it's not the worst, but I would like to see that go mid. This is bad. If he dies, this is bad here. This is not good. That's not good there.
It's a big kill to be hopping over onto the Kane, I believe. Seraphine are going to lock it down. Nico looking in for a little bit of blood, but Garen's just going to run his way on out. Looks like she's going to just walk up to donate a free one to Child Hater.
It's very unfortunate.
We do have a mod request from 2Tile Man, which I am not, able to provide you an answer, so good luck to you. What are you watching? You're watching the best 2 teams in this league. So before you criticize, just realize you aren't beating them so far. So, you know what I mean? I lose the Aegis Orange every time I see them, so. Oh, wow. What is he watching then? We're watching your team do their best. You should be encouraging of them. And love them. So here comes Kane. This is Kane's 3rd time he's going to go into his blue side jungle. If he doesn't double camp, I'm going to, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just be really depressed.
I'm sure he heard your cries. I'm sure just for you, he's going to double camp. I'm sure of it.
He has to double camp here, right? There's just no
And
way.
he doesn't double camp, just for you. Oh, he doesn't camp at all, actually.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so much.
Taking the Scuttle Crab. And, yeah, now he's going to take blue buff and then take Grump. Because that's,
We're seeing a very professional response from the Sunfire series admin as they are responding to that request. I hope you don't feel too bad. It seems like you are in consideration. Casting that because it's way more interesting than mid lane because they have to reform at each other.
So close. All he had to do was step one more in auto attack, and that technically was a double camp.
He deprived me the last auto on the double camp. Anyway. We appreciate your support for sure. J4 going to EQ into his red buff. Morgana going to throw a Q just to let him know what's up. It does look like there's a significant advantage. Ezreal did go the Essence Reaver, which I haven't seen that first build in a while. It's pretty cool. I wonder what the logic is behind that. I'd be curious to know, because I just don't know anything about Ezreal, so...
Yeah, I don't play 80 carry, but
Yeah, does Essence Reaver still give crit? It gives mana for sure, I know that. Something going on there. J4 does complete his Mercs, which I agree with. He should have those, and his Gore Drinker. How is this game so close? Well, it's 5-5. 2 Drakes on the red side, which they've had priority over. I think the game's really close. Honestly, I'm just going to say because Aegis One's bot lane didn't really put the pressure on the Ezreal Yuumi as they could have.
Also, it's the top 2 teams. It's what you expect.
EQ in, but J4's now full committed. He does not have flash to get out of that.
Nico with the ulti.
Going on in. Yumi's ulting, and she's not on top of anybody. There's an exhaust coming down. She's just going to get cleaned up. Child Hater's here. He's looking to get a big R off, hopefully. Looks like the Jhin R is going to come down, so it's slowing people up. It doesn't actually deal damage, though, unless you're low. There's the Jhin W going to land, but he's not proc landing.
Good kite from the Ezreal. They might win this. They're winning this.
Solid kite. Solid kite.
Surely a kite.
Seraphine, I feel like being a little bit too scared to like just walk up. Like you have a health bar too, dude. Just try to help. Now it is going to be a clean ace coming in from Rawr, who's going to try to pick up the Drake. That was a long fight.
That fight was carried by the bot lane there. They lost that fight until bot lane just picked the team up, put them in their backpack, zipped up the backpack, and took the dragon.
Yeah, Yuumi Ezreal definitely coming through really hard this lane, which is kind of a consequence of letting them have a free lane. Kane's going to come with form. I don't know if he had it for that fight, but he has it for sure now. Yeah, that was a good time. So at this point, I think you're feeling really good if you're Rawr. And at this point, I think it's kind of a really rough game. I don't know if... Garen is 5-3-2, so he might be just way stronger than Jackson able to side lane at this point against him. So maybe that's what you look to do. Looks like Jackson's bot lane with TP up, where Garen is top, taking some Krugs. Nico wandering up to the top lane. Oh, no, just hitting something and walking away. Red Herald is still up for 1:30, so that might be the next objective they look to play for. It seems really, really rough for Red Side and what they want to get accomplished now. There's not a whole lot on the map to do. I think one of the things they have to do is break one of these towers and pick one. What is Kane even doing? Best.
And I feel like with the Jhin being mid, I know he wants to siege that mid tower, but with Ezreal being as far ahead as he is, I don't think they're going to get much here mid without full commitment from the whole team. And Jarvan's able to take the rift by himself, not really nobody contesting him there.
Yeah, I don't even know if necessarily they have like a clear outscale on the side of Aegis Orange. I mean, I feel like Ezreal might be able to scale a little bit better than Jhin, especially when Jin's looking to build lethality. And I know Jax should be outscaling the Garen for sure. Kane definitely scales really well, and he's really good into their composition. But he's not necessarily ahead enough. And,
I think, like you said, the Jhin Morgana should have did a lot more early and really impacted the lane now. Because I think Ezreal's just gonna, if he continues like he's going, he's just gonna take control of the game.
The rift go down. They are gonna go in. Looks like they're looking for somebody. Hopefully he doesn't ult that guy. He does. So this is what I was talking about with how good Red Kane is when he goes in and evades both of their ults basically and walks right out. But unfortunately, Jin's is getting chunked out. Here comes the Jin ult, but they can just kind of ignore it. It doesn't really
It's
do
not
a whole
doing
lot of damage.
no damage at
Yeah,
all. So
it's Jin R is more of an execution / utility. You cannot just like R full health people. It just doesn't do anything. It's not meant to.
yeah, I think he was just trying to scare him off the tower, but they knew his trick. They're not worried about that. His ulti.
Yeah, they're chilling. Looks like Child Hater picking up some bot lane tower. That'd be a pretty good strategy of him. I think he's stronger than Jax at this point. Looks like he might have solo killed him as well. So there's finally a tower going down, which is what I think they had to get accomplished if they're looking to try to get a win through here. Kane taking his red. Morgana just chilling mid. Looks like she's going to get the push and get matched by the Ezreal Yuumi. So, the thing is I do think the red side or the blue side should be using this lead a little bit more proactively. You have pretty much all the towers down. Maybe I think if you're blue side, what you do is just send most members bot, take that outer tower, the team, and then walk away, and then reset, and then move to pressure the Baron. Because here's the thing: they have a Jhin, and they're not going to be able to take the Nash in time for you not to be able to walk over there. This is not fast enough at this point, and he's not exactly ahead. So I think they have the time. Just take the bot lane tier 1, and then look to rotate to the Nash afterward. Because it's not like they can lose the Nash out of it. Garen looks like he's losing the Thane. Jax R is going to make him a little bit tanky. Either have enough to kill each other. They've been playing this game of chicken before, and Garen came on top last time. Garen still with Stridebreaker. Is that his proper one ever since the nerfs and the adjustments?
I haven't seen a lot of Garen play, but I think that's where he's supposed to go.
Still Stridebreaker? Gotcha.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, here's Ezreal gonna get caught out, but Kane's not even gonna... Kane knows better than to mess with that. That's a really fed bot lane duo he just walked into by himself, so he's just gonna W and walk out, but get out-poked. But not really worth for him to get that much lower, but he'll heal up to full. He's Kane, and he's got his E. Looks like we're having a little bit of a fight, but Red doesn't really have the people grouped up for it. There's the W knockup. Kane's just looking to get on somebody. He's gonna have to pick somebody to R eventually. Kane doesn't get the R off, I don't think, and gets killed by the Eco. Here comes the Seraphine R. That was really big, but unfortunately the damage is just not there. Falling up there, it is taking out one person. Here comes the Jhin R, but no one's low. Yeah, that Jhin R is just not going to do anything, unfortunately. Nice little sidestep from Child Hater to avoid that and get his passive healing.
Yeah, that engage seemed a little too much. It looked like they were just looking for it, and it looks like they weren't really ready for it. But then they turned it around a little bit.
Ezreal is out-poking them out. Like, if they want to be able to get this Drake, they gotta just head to the Drake now and start it. But doesn't look... They have Jax there, and Jax has full summoners. I don't know if he wasn't able to get a TP off for that fight, or what exactly hurt there. J4 is back up and headed back to him. Child Hater looking to get the engage on the Ezreal. There's the lockup on the Yuumi, that's huge, so you can't move.
They do take down the Ezreal.
The Ezreal, that's huge, huge shutdown.
3-man knockup by the Jarvan there.
Two man. But doesn't get the last hit for the kill. Just barely keeping these people alive. But Kane is here. Kane not reducing him with the W. J4 going in again, ulting, killing both. Triple kill for the J4, huge ultimate. Now Kane's all by himself, not feeling too good about life. I might pop that Stridebreaker, maybe kill one. Nope, Jack's gonna flash out.
And another ace for Team Rawr.
Yeah, this is really rough. Yeah, Child Hater is really putting on an insane performance on this Garen. Being really impressive with how he's doing it. That was a big J4 ulti, though, that kind of saved the game their way. They are very well poked out by the Ezreal, and they had to put a lot of resources into finally taking Ezreal down. Really good Morgana binding on the Yuumi, which was pretty critical to winning the fight. I'm pretty sure if Yuumi was able to hop back on that Ezreal, that fight actually wouldn't have even been close, and Ezreal would have just hard won, out-kiting the Garen with the Yuumi healing and the slows.
Yeah, he kind of got caught with his pants down there, didn't have his E up, and Garen just chased him down and took him down. So, like you said, with that Yuumi getting locked down, there ain't really much they could have done there.
Well, Garen can only play the game one way, can he? Just runs at you in a straight line and does...
Run, spin circles, do damage, Rawr.
Yeah, be tanky despite building no tank items. Well, I guess this one does have a Dead Man's Plate, but usually the Garens in my games don't build a single tank item anymore, and I still can't kill them. So Yuumi, Ezreal feeling themselves, J4's hunting. Looks like is that Union coming down? Yeah, there's a spell shield. Oh, fortunately Seraphine is going to whiff as well, so. Oh, nice W from the Kayn, going to land on both. I feel like if Kayn would have just focused on the J4, this fight would have a little bit better. Yeah, I don't really like chasing after the Ezreal with the Yugi still attached. Could have just stayed on the J4. I think the fight would have gone way more their way.
And honestly, with how strong the Ezreal is, they can take this fight here and win it versus D4's guy here, and they know it. That's why they're backing up.
Nice. Everyone's pretty well low. Sorry, my cat just came out and I haven't seen her all day, so.
Understandable.
I had to say hi to her. Had to look away for a second. Thought this cat ran away. She's been gone all day. Anyway.
Yeah, Ezreal is real far ahead now. Almost 50 CS above the gen. He's got, you know, almost 4 full items, so he's real strong.
Lead. Yeah, and a 2-level lead on both bot laners on their side, so bot lane definitely throwing in a big gap. Jack's kind of looking like he's fallen off a little bit ever since some things occurred. Child Hater should be actually stronger than he is at this point. I still think Jack's can outscale through time if the game goes long enough, but at this point, Garen's definitely stronger.
Silence on the Ezreal and the ulti, he gets him killed.
Ooh, Nico does land her ultimate onto the Garen.
Yuumi getting double teamed by the Baron.
Baron that sure takes her out, but J4's going to reply. But this is how good Kayn is into J4. J4 lands his combo, but it doesn't matter. Kayn's just going to out-get him, and Aegis Orange looks like they're finding a way back into this game. Don't really know how that's kind of happening. It's just not the right pressure set or priority set for Rawr, I don't think.
Yeah, honestly, if you look at it though, Rawr's only big person on their team is their Ezreal, so that Ezreal gets taken down, and then you can see what Aegis Orange is able to do. They're taking Baron right now. 2 minutes ago, I would tell you they couldn't take Baron, and now all of a sudden they're taking Baron. This is such a big turnaround for Aegis Orange.
Yeah, really awesome to see them come out with this. It also looks like there was a collector picked out by Jhin, which is giving him some lethality, and I don't see a whole lot of armor on the side of Rawr aside from the Jax and the J4.
Garen telling Jax, get out my swamp, get out my jungle. Matter of fact,
Jax is down a level. I think he knows he can't win this. He's trying to get to the blast plant to blast out, but Child knows that he's going to pop him back. But now, Garen hits the blast plant and kind of saves him.
Aaron, a 3v1, does not care. The team's here to back him up. Here's the Ezreal. Ezreal out.
Really good at that kiting. Here's the Jhin are actually being utilized for something positive for once, getting slows out. That might be an execute. There's a Jax flash to keep him out. Here comes the J4 going in. He's gonna be binded out. He doesn't have flash. He ain't gonna get out of this. Kayn was inside of him. Really nice stopwatch by Morgan barely living. Someone block a spell for her, please. There you go. Ezreal's kind of fishing around, trying to hit somebody. Who is this Garen? He's really good. Really simple champions. He plays them extremely well. See, this is a lesson for you top laners out there. Child Hater plays the most brain dead champions in the game, but he plays them so well that he doesn't have to worry about his mechanics. See? That's why I play brain dead champions like Kayn and Nocturne. Because I'm dumb and I'm not good enough to play anything better. I don't play Lee Sin. Are you serious? I'm not going to insect anybody. You don't have to. You don't make the game harder than it needs to be. Play Garen. Spin around a little bit.
Yeah, I like what? I ain't gonna play Zed jungle. What? With
Kayn,
Smite Ignite? Nah, no thanks.
Kayn is 40 CS on J4, and he didn't even double camp once this game. Like, these champions don't take a whole lot of thought. I play Kayn's my main. You think I play it because I think I'm good? No, not at all. Here comes J4 looking for an. Oh, that was Nico. I got faked out. Ezra gonna throw a Q, just hunting around. Looks like they're gonna have some priority on this pick. At this point, if you are Rawr, do you contest this dragon, or you just give it and push a lane and get a tower? I don't really know.
The only thing is both teams have 2 dragons, so whoever takes the dragon, they're gonna set up for the soul. So
yeah, but this isn't sole point. You can trade resources here. You guys could have sieged mid and forced them to reply, and they're replying anyway without that being the initial concept. Now they have mid priority. I don't know. I think the thing is getting the Cloud Drake for Rawr isn't going to win them the game. I don't think you have to care about it. I think you just got to get some towers and hope to get off a good team fight somewhere on the map.
just a little, hey, here I
J4
am
went
from the
for a steal.
Jarvan.
Yeah, J4 went for a cheesy steal, just EQs to get out of it after hitting the blast plan. Surprised that Aegis Horns even let that plan exist in the first place, but because if J4 EQs in there with no flash, he has no way to get out. He just pretty much suicides to go for it. Now Jax is pushing, but he's gonna get replied to, which is why he probably should have been pushing from the get-go, as opposed to grouping when he had TP up. Now this is what I talk about the Jax scaling. He is winning this fight right now with his ult up. He doesn't get the flash down. Looks like he's looking to clean up. He does get the shutdown, and despite all the people coming to help out trades, that's pretty good for him. So I think we got it answered for us who outscales, and it's definitely Jax.
Yeah, he played his E's there very good to counter Garen's Q's. Every single time Garen Q'd, he had his E up, so that really helped him out with the damage. A big reason why Garen goes to Stridebreaker, because you use it on them and they just can't move. But with Jax, he's got his E, so he don't have to move. So that's just a big win for him.
Yeah, he also has his Q to hop away from him, so that's pretty helpful. Let's hop back to a minion or a ward. So at this point, what would you be telling your team that you have to accomplish on the Rawr side?
Honestly, I think they need to group up a little more. Every single time they get into a fight, Jax has not been there. It's been a 4v5, 3v5 every single time, and they're starting to lose these team fights, and they're giving Aegis Orange a good chance to get back in this game. They need to group up a little more, or if they are without people, they don't need to be committing to these fights like they are. Azrael is ahead, but now he's starting to fall back behind, and he's letting Jhin get some CS, get some farm, and then he's not going to matter as much anymore.
And very interesting enough, at this point of the game, Ezreal's going to pick up a lethality item. I'm not really sure if that's like a proper go-to or what the next item should be, but to get lethality in this point of the game, even the base armor just on the champions without building armor is relatively high. So I think if you're going to pick up a lethality item, it definitely has to be earlier than 33 minutes into the game. I don't really see it making your damage spike up all that much. He already has the armor pen item, and he already has a lot of the thing, but he doesn't, is he going, looks like he's going no mythic, I just noticed, so no Divine Sunder, no Triforce, no, nothing of that nature.
Yeah, I definitely think he should have completed that Divine Sunder way earlier.
Well, I think now it's just really good to grab, because you're going to get a whole, all that bonus from the mythic passive, as well as you have Red Cane and Garen with all his health running straight at you. I think Divine Sunder would be the pickup now over the lethality item, and I think we're going to see him definitely not continue to scale.
Yeah, and even you know, if not that, then even a Frozen Heart would have been good, you know, to
yeah, stay alive a little bit. Really, it's, I mean, I don't think the Seraphine's really doing a whole lot of damage to you in these. You're kind of getting ran down by the Garen.
Yeah, Garen, Kane. When Kane gets on top of you, you don't have enough armor to survive him, and he's Eing out with the Kane on top of him, and then he just dies. He needs a little bit more tankiness, I think, to survive these ganks.
That's right.
Invades.
I forgot Essence Reaver has Sheen now, so that's why he doesn't have Divine. Yep, that's why. Good call. Thank you for letting me, reminding me of that. Sorry, I'm from the days where Essence Reaver used to just be a crit item, you know, back in the good old times.
Good old days.
Yeah, you know, when people actually used to build it. Besides one champion in the game. I didn't realize that Riot, during their we want to make the builds more diverse, meant they wanted most items in the game to be designed for one champion. So, good job, Riot Games. Really nailed it. So we're going to hear a Seraphine are going to get thrown out. It does hit the Ezreal. He's going to get locked in there. Jhin is going to Gale Force into him, blow him up. The fight's just over after that point. The Jax TP is going to come in, but he ain't going to like the answer to this one. Jesus walking.
Good flash by the Jhin there to get out the Jarvan ulti too.
Yeah, really well played flash there from him. So
and I'm surprised how this is turning out, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like they did outscale as chat predicted. But I think it's more just a throw. And the thing about Aegis Orange is they must not tilt, because I've had a lot of games where I've beaten them early and they just find a way to come back after my team and me make mistakes like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Rawr is not playing the team comp like they should. I think a lot of people are dying unnecessarily before the team fight actually starts. Azure wants to make the fights last a little bit, get poke, do damage, you know. And I think they're just not letting the team fights are ending a little too early. He's not doing the damage that he needs to anymore.
Yeah, I mean their team fight was a little bit awkward anyway with this how their comp kind of lays out of what they're trying to accomplish, but definitely not seeing a whole lot of poke come down to get people low. Like when we saw that successful fight with J4 getting a triple kill, it's because Ezreal sat there queuing at them for about a half hour while they stared at the dragon. I haven't really seen that in a while. So that's a Cloud Soul for the red team. Looks like they have Nash. Should be a pretty easy end. I think they could just probably they have TP on Garen, so just send him to a side lane, and there's 4 man in lane, and Ezreal can't wave clear well enough to stop him. Probably the move.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they just need a ARAM mid lane and take these towers down. I mean, there's not really much, unless they just misplay it. There's not really much Rawr can do right now.
Kayn is actually up 3 levels at J4 at this point, which is really rough. Has his full Sterix, has his Gore Drinker. He's just a menace for their front line. And not at this point, Ezreal's kind of fallen off, unfortunately. So here comes Garen going to queue in. There's the EQ, but J4 has nowhere to go because he has no flash. And the no flash has led to some consequences this game. And to be honest, he didn't really get enough ganks, I think, early to justify it potentially.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Ignite. You want to use it as much as you can early game because you're going to need it as a crutch for late game. It's not working though.
It makes me wonder if he would have just went full with Albi J4 and his goal was just to burst out the Jhin or the Seraphine and then come back up with the GA. If that would have worked out a little bit better. But yeah, having the tankier or the more bruiser design J4 with no flash has put him in some awkward scenarios. I don't think Rawr is looking to give up anytime soon, but it looks like they don't really have a whole lot that they haven't tried yet. So I don't really know what the path to victory could be for them. Aegis Orange is really good about not getting caught out. I played Nocturne into them and it was kind of a nightmare because anytime I thought, okay, I'll just R this person because they should be free, they had 3 people behind them in Fog of War, and it's just kind of what they excel at, to be honest. We've seen that carry through. I had my doubts early that they'd be able to get it accomplished because I figured the steamroll from the Ezreal winning lane so hard was going to matter. But that man's 70 CS down. I don't think he's even stronger than Jhin. Jin's also looking to build a GA. Once Jhin has GA, I think the game's pretty well wrapped up.
Yeah, it's hard to initiate on him and kill him one time, much less twice. I mean, when you have Kayn and Garen going in on your back line, what do you trade your back line for theirs? It's just not.
And here's something I also didn't notice, but they do not have. Oh, I guess they have it on Yuumi. Yuumi has Kentake. Oh, okay, never mind. My bad. I just noticed Ezreal just now picked up the Executioner, and only Jax just picked up the Bramble. So I didn't think they had a heal cut until I saw Yuumi had the Kentake Putrefier. Which, against Seraphine, Red Kayn, you definitely want to be able to cut some healing down.
Yeah, there's a lot of champions nowadays that just heal way too much. I mean, 95% of them really just do nothing but heal.
You know what's funny though, in my opinion, I think Kayn last season was way more OP than this season. I think Kayn with the old, like, do you remember Dustblade last season? The items,
yeah.
Not Dustblade, I'm sorry, what's it called? Death Dance.
Yeah, Death Dance, yeah. So much healing, so much survivability.
Yep, it was absolutely ridiculous. Now, Sterix is a way better item this season, but I think Death Dance last season was just too disgusting.
Oh, what a flash.
We're seeing a whole lot of things go down. Jax is finally splitting off. It looks like he is going to be able to get Kayn off of him. Kayn can't stop him. Doesn't end him going down. But unfortunately, there's a cleanup, and only Jax is left alive. Jax is looking to end.
And he takes down the tower. Honestly, he's doing a good job. He might take the Kayn down. He's going to take the Kayn down.
Hey,
here.
if he takes the Kayn down, does he outrace this? I don't think so. He doesn't have
No, they're backing now. I don't think so.
No.
Oh, but if just the Morgana backs.
Oh, it looks like they're actually calling off. They think they can end first, which I think they can too. Just the Morgana backs, yeah. It looks like Aegis Orange is going to pick up the W here. Oh, good game, well played.
Yeah, that's
Wait
a
in space
GG.
over. So that being said, who do you want to interview from both sides? I'll let you pick because I picked earlier.
I think we should interview the Garen from Aegis Orange and just see how he feels his laning went and how he transferred the laning into such a strong game for him.
True, true.
And then we could talk to Ezreal and see what happened.
Yeah, can we talk to Jackie potentially too?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Sounds good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Oh, what up, dude? So go ahead and Italian Stallion, lead your little interview here and ask Garen your questions on how you think it went.
So, your laning phase, it was back and forth, back and forth. You had to kill each other back and forth. How did you turn? How do you think you did turning it from that laning phase into such a strong rest of the game?
Well, Jax was doing pretty good because Casino kept on coming top, and they win the 2v2 because Kane is not very good early, so that was expected. But into the later game, you know, you can't really outplay the QER. And really, it was just a top gap because their top laner was just like AFK splitting, but like he wasn't doing a good job splitting. I think he took maybe one tower by himself, maybe
Yeah.
2 towers by himself. Like the other ones, he had to have J4 sitting there with him.
Another thing I'd like to mention is when you kept Jarvan hostage top lane for such a long time. At first, I was wondering what you were doing, and then you wouldn't let him back, and y'all took Dragon, and Kane took his camps, and it just turned out really great for you guys. So
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have Doki today because I think Doki has the better J4, and I think Casino probably needs to take tips from him
How do you
because
feel about,
it was just not very good.
How do you feel about the Ignite?
The Ignite, I honestly didn't even notice that he had the Ignite. I mean, it was good he didn't have Flash because he just would die for free whenever he missed position. And I don't know if the Ignite actually came in use at any point in the game, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Because one time he ignited me top, but I just W'd and walked away and it didn't do anything. That's the only time I recall seeing it.
We saw a lot of instances of him EQing in and not being able to get out of the scenario versus the Ignite actually killing someone. So it definitely was. I don't like the hindsight, post, but it was definitely an interesting choice. It definitely made him have to play one way. So
yeah, definitely, I agree.
One final question: the second time when y'all got aced on the bot side near Dragon, what was y'all's game plan? What did y'all say to get back into the game like y'all did?
That was when we gave a second Drake.
Yeah, I think it was the second Drake.
Actually, I think it was. Yeah, it had to be second Drake.
Yeah.
That one we barely lost. If Jin had been positioned a little bit better when he flashed, and then he had a force shot, I think we would have won that fight if we played it a little bit better. So that one wasn't like the end of all. And once we played the fights a little bit better, we just started winning the 5v5s for the most part. Because the only person who was doing well on the team was Farachi.
Yeah.
And I can't say Dromino was doing good because he's playing Yuumi. That's not impressive to press E and stuff. But Farachi was doing very good with his kiting and stuff, very aggressive. But
found a way to win
I would replace the other 4 members, to be honest, on the team if they want to be winning in the future.
Pretty rough words for the second place team. I don't know what that says for the rest of us in this league, but thank you for the interview.
All right, thank you. Glad you had me. What a good one.
Now, did we want someone from the losing team, or did we just want to go Jackie and then call it a night? Okay. Alright, we'll just let him be quiet. Can you pull Jeremy in here, please? Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going? Oh, J4, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, we just watch you have that game go through. I think the biggest question we had for you was how you felt about the Ignite choice.
I'll be real with you. Doki told me, Casino, run Ignite. We need to win. I told him, Doki, I don't play Ignite.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. how do I say this? It kind of shows a little bit. Um, you mispositioned a little bit, which is fair. I mean, you know, you're taking Ignite Smite into an engage kind of champion, so you're gonna get in there and then do what you gotta do, and then
Uh,
that's just it, you know. So
I'll
can't
throw
really
you a
blame you for
little.
that.
I'll throw you a little bit of an olive branch, like he's saying. You're playing J4. The champion's gonna look really stupid if your EQ doesn't work out, and then you don't have a way out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I hit every EQ in the game. You know, I'm the American sniper. You know what it is.
yeah, that's a fair assessment of how that went there. Do you think that maybe like since you went the Ignite, that maybe just going full lethality, trying to burst somebody out and pop back up with a GA might have been better? Than, like,
No,
trying to be
because
surviving?
the Garen was one-shotting me regardless. So I think if I had just closed my eyes, I would never die because I would never have seen it happen. But I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
that's fair.
Understand?
What do you think? What do you think could have gone a little bit differently at the point where Ezreal was really far ahead, where you guys might have been able to pull out a win?
I think if my Ezreal didn't go contest red as I told him to leave because Garen was coming in behind, I think we could have
Okay.
won.
Yeah, a
You know, there
little
was
bit of a
that.
greed got you
Yeah.
caught out there, huh?
And also, if my mid laner had eyes, maybe turn on her monitor, I think we could have won the game. But I could be wrong, guys.
Yeah, and you know, maybe if J4 could flash out of his own ult, then
Yeah, yeah, your strong,
I mean,
strong words from the you know the 5 and 10 jungler, but yeah, you know,
Strong words because they're true. I mean, it doesn't matter if I go in or out. Like, I'm still gonna die regardless. Like, I
understood.
don't care if I die. Like,
Yep. Well, I think that if you have any other questions,
I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
That's really all we had for you.
I just want Jeremy, if I could.
oh, thanks, guys.
GG. Have a good night.
I want to kill myself.
I hope not.
For legal purposes, that was a joke.
Yeah. Please don't do that if you need assistance.
Hello?
There's people you can talk to. Hi, Jeremy. Jeremy, why don't you believe in double camping?
I don't know why you want to talk to me. I did nothing that game.
No, I want to. That's exactly my point. Why do you not believe in double?
Especially not double camping.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Why do you do blue buff by itself and not with Gromp?
Oh, with I suck at the game, bud. Look, I don't
I'm
understand
a
what you
king,
want
man.
from
I
me.
can't watch that happen, Jeremy.
I'm bad at the game.
Jeremy,
Man.
I can't watch that happen. You
Like,
have to
dude,
do
I'm literally getting carried by not Jackie Love. That's where I'm at in life.
Hey,
Gotcha.
it's a good place in life. You know, you're at a good spot.
Why is Tim toxic, by the way, dude? He said to replace 4 members. Like, I thought they played really well.
I think their game went relatively fine. They definitely had
Yeah.
some good plays. It just kind of fell
Yeah.
apart at some point after some. It's kind of how my scrims go against you myself. Like, I'll win an early game and then it won't matter. We'll just mess up and you guys scale back. Is your team just tilt proof?
No, Tim just yells at us the entire time. But that's how it goes. How
Hey, that's
toxic, by the way, is Ezreal Yumi to play against? Like, what the fuck?
oh.
Now, okay, so here was my question that I had for Jackie Love in like how it
Use fourth
was-
shot? Sorry.
No, that they were getting shoved in by Yumi Ezreal on Jin Morgana when they could.
Yeah,
easily-
because Jackie's bad. Like,
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
how to. I don't know how else to put that.
You
All
getting
right,
carried, Bo.
No, I think Farachi's played it really well. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. We
Yeah,
should
I
have lost
see.
that game, to be honest, but it's whatever.
I mean, you say that every week.
Thanks for the carry, guys. I mean, I did nothing that game.
Just double camp a little bit.
I'm
buddy.
pretty
You-
sure Yumi fucking
you
outdamaged
put
me.
yourself a camp behind for not double camping. Like
That's
3
true.
times.
And you
Alright.
still were like 50 camps ahead, so
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, but I'm
that's
playing
what. That's
Kane.
that's Kane, man. There's a reason I
Yeah.
play it. It's brain dead. But all right, cool. Well, good game. Congratulations on the win.
Yep,
And
GG.
someone go check on Casino. I'm kind of a little concerned. All right, well, I think that'll be it for us here. I think we can go ahead and close stream on that, and the stream will be launched tomorrow for my game, where you can all flame me like I was bantering you guys.
oh, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna be like, hey, Creeper, stop being trash.
They're like, hey man, I double camped at least.
Right, yeah, I'll point that out for you.
Thank you.
All right, but yeah, that should be it from us.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. See you then.
Bye bye.